Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. Please share this video and let's start. Sorry I'm coming in late. I was a little bit distracted. Hello, hi, welcome. Thank you guys. I just created a new Facebook page, okay? It's not a new Facebook, like it's still connected to this, but it's like a movement that I'm starting for my beloved country, Sierra Leone. The movement, because I've been seeing on social media a lot uh, that people are actually spreading a lot of hate in the country, and it's not really good. It's not really good, and I've decided that I'm gonna do something about it. Okay, so I created a page, and the name of the page is "Stop the Spreading of Hate in Sierra Leone." You can join that movement that I started. Okay, that is not what I'm talking about, but I just wanted to share that. Okay, so what am I talking about today? What does life value means to you? What does life value means to you? Because a lot of people, they know the word about value, but they don't actually have any value system. I should have put value system in it. Like what does, but anyway, maybe I'll re-edit it, because a lot of people don't have a value system in their life. They don't have value. The reason why a lot of things are happening in the world today is because people are lack of value. They don't have value. And some people, they think that they do have value, but whenever the value is put, it's lined up with money, they rather take the money and drop the value. Because when you say you have a value, your value is supposed to ride everything. It doesn't matter the money, it doesn't matter. Your value need to take priority in your life. But a lot of people today, value does not mean anything to them. People lie with no conscience. People steal with no conscience, because they are breaking certain values in life. And you cannot progress in life if you keep on breaking those values, because there has to be a value system in place. The reason why my country, for example, my beloved country, Sierra Leone, today is lacking a lot of value. There is no value in that country at all. People violate those value system every day in that country. People steal, people lie, people just do whatever they want, people just kill wherever they want, and there is no consequences that will happen. It goes free. So nothing is being done, and people are keep doing it. If something is not done, it's just gonna go that way. Okay, but I'm gonna read a quote. It's from an anonymous person. He said, "Watch your thoughts. You need to watch your thoughts, and because that thoughts will gonna become word. Because you're thinking about something, your thought is always gonna turn into word. Watch your word, because if you don't watch your word is gonna turn into an action. Watch your action, because if you don't watch your action, guess what, that action is going to become a habit. And if you don't watch your habit, guess what's going to happen, that habit is going to become a character. Okay, if you don't watch your character, guess what, that character is going to lead to your destiny. So we need to really take note of this. So I'm going to repeat it again for people that are just joining. Okay, so you need to watch your thoughts, because whatever you think become word. Okay, and then when it become word, and that word is going to turn into action, and when that action is going to turn into a habit that you're going to be doing all the time, and then that habit is going to become your character. People going to know you about your habits, because you've done that habit so many times, it become your character. People know you, oh, that's the way he is, or that's the way she is. So because the habit has become your character, and guess what, if you don't watch that character, guess what, that character is going to lead into your destiny. You don't want that to happen, so you have to be careful of the things you think about, so that it don't get you into the direction of you not getting to your destiny, what God actually created you to become. Okay, so you should identify 10 of the most essential life value, and you need to prioritize them accordingly. You need to identify 10 most valued thing in your life, and you need to prioritize them accordingly. What is more important? Okay? You need to do that. From the most important to the least important, you need to write it down, like 5 things. You don't have to do it right now, but just make a note to yourself that you need to uh, um, identify 10 most essential value, and you need to prioritize them. So, so what does life mean? Like, what does value really mean? Because like, wow, what does value? You're talking about value. Value is kind of like your inner core. It's an inner being of yourself. Value and belief goes hand in hand. What you value and what you believe, because whatever you value and believe, that is what is going to lead to your destiny. That is going to create who you are. So you need to know what you value in life and also what you believe. Those are two main important things that you need to take very serious in your life. Okay? So, um, you need to create a ground for your life. You need to create a value for your life. You need to create a belief in your life. And my only advice: make sure whatever you believe in, you are believing the Bible. You believe in God because He is the Creator. You need to believe in the Creator, the person that actually created you. Nothing else. And that's supposed to be a priority in you. Okay? So, whatever you believe and whatever you value actually makes you a human being. Okay? So, you have to be careful what you believe in and what you value. So, you need to understand that being knowledgeable about your life value is extremely important. People need to know that you have to you have knowledgeable about your life belief, your value. You need to be know it's very important. I'm going to give an example. Some example of value, okay, that you need to write. I'm just going to give you an example of them. Hey, one value can be God, that God is valuable to you. Like, some people will say vacation is more valuable to them. Some people will say a family is more valuable to them. Some people might say health is more valuable. Some people might think that, oh, my destiny is more valuable, my destination is more valuable to me, my persistency in something might be valuable to me, my career is valuable to me, my honesty is valuable to you, courage, love, gladness, relationship characteristics, successful, passion, self-education, service to people, freedom, friend, security. Like, these are just some example of value that people value in life. But you need to prioritize them. What is more important? You need to rank them. So, okay, what is the most important for me? And you to the list, the most important to the least important. You need to arrange them in that category. Okay. Values are a force that is meant to push you forward. That's what value is. It meant to push you forward. It makes you make a decision that will lead you to your goal in concordance with your life value. Okay? You should analyze what action you have had previously. Like, this is a time for you to do a reality check for yourself. Okay? Say, okay, what have been value in my life for the longest time and it's not been working for me and it's not taking me anywhere. So you need to sit down and maybe you need to revamp your value system, because if it's not working for you, probably you're 30 years old, you are 40 years old, 50 years old, and you've been doing these things that are valuable to you and it didn't take you nowhere. You're not a millionaire, people don't know you, they don't even know you exist. You just like, you need to rethink that. That is just a suggestion for people. So some people do not have any idea of the most essential thing in their life. People don't know. It is very sad that people don't know that, right? Because the thing that is actually happening today, being ignorant of your value prevents you from making correct decision. Being ignorant of your value prevents you from making correct decision, because you don't know your value, because your value will able to shape you in a way that you can make decision easily based on your value. But if you don't have value anymore, you just take whatever people say. Oh, wow, that looks so good. Wow, that sounds really good. Yeah, maybe I should try that, because you don't have a value. So you want to try everything, and you keep trying everything, and you're going absolutely nowhere. Hopefully, I'm making sense. And I know sometimes I speak really fast. If I'm speaking really fast, just put a message, say, hey, slow down. Because when I when I'm passionate about something, I go really fast. I talk really, really fast. Okay. So you can stop me and tell me to slow down if I'm going too fast. Or if you're not understanding me, ask me to slow down and I will do that. I have the tendency to do that. Okay. And I might not be aware of it. If you don't let me know, I won't know. I will just keep going. So thank you if you will let me know if I'm going too fast. So we must remember that all decisions taken today, whatever decision you take, need to be clear and you need to be realistic, okay? Based on your value. You need to do that. Another example that I'm going to give. If you consider honesty to be one of your value, for some people, you consider honesty to become your value, even if you are offended or you're offered, sorry, even if you're offered, for example, even if you're offered a good deal, if honesty is your one of your value, okay, and you offered a good idea about something that go against that value, you need to drop it. No matter how brilliant that offer is, no matter how great that offer is, if it's against your value, you need to drop it. It make it easier for you to make a decision. But sometimes people like say, yeah, I like honesty. But when it comes to honesty, people are not honest at all. They lie all the time. They are not sincere with you. And they say, hey, I'm an honest person. And they go to church and they pray every day. Oh, God, please help my heart. Oh, they pray. But when it comes to real honesty, when their value is tested, they fail like that. Like very fast. They fail on that. So you need to honor your value system, because it is very important, okay? You don't do anything, you don't go against your conscience. You will not consider that offered. If they offer you, say, oh, I'm going to give you, like some people today, they will be doing something really good, and then their value is being tested, okay? And then they will just drop it. Like I'm going to give another example about the pastors today, okay, in African churches today. Their values were tested, and guess what? They fell. A lot of these pastors, they are called by God, and God actually wanted them to do something valuable in life. They love God, they have the heart of God, they started good, and guess what? And the value was tested by money. Money came into the picture. They started seeing money, and guess what? They stopped doing what they were actually supposed to be doing. Say, now money is more prioritized, more than the value, more than the things that God has commanded us to do. They don't think about that anymore. It's all about money. Okay, how can I search the Bible to find things how I can manipulate people? That is what's being done today. So when you are aware of what is your value and how important is it to you, you make decision easily. Say, no, that is against my value. I will not do it. No matter if you give me billions of dollars. That is how it's supposed to be. Your value needs to surpass anything else, not the money, because the money you spend it is gone, and guess what? Your value is already being crumbled. You don't want to do that. You need to value that. Okay? Hopefully I'm making sense. I'm not going too fast. So you need to be aware of that, and you need to do that, just that. So most people do not have a clear picture of things that are more important in their life. So as a result, it is so difficult for them to make a decision. So people who knows their value and live accordingly become leaders in the society, because those people value, they they have values. So they become leaders. They become somebody of substance in the society. So we must clearly realize the most significant value in our life must make a decision. We need to make a decision according to that value, okay? Regardless of the life circumstances. Because it's like, well, some people will say, I'm gonna go steal because my child is sick. I'm gonna go break into the bank because I need to take my wife to the hospital. And your value said you cannot do that, but because you are in that circumstances, you say, well, because my wife is sick and my wife or my child need an emergency operation or something, so I am going to steal in the bank. That you're breaking the law, right? When you break the law, you suffer the consequences of the law. That does not make you, because your wife is sick or because your child is sick, that you have to break the law in order to save them. There are other ways that you can use, but you don't have to do that, because some people will do that. So we should stick to our value in spite of them, by approving, by approve or by criticizing. People follow their principle and believe and admire and respect in our society, right? I'm going to talk about a famous man. We all know about him. We celebrate him every month. We just celebrate him actually in February. And this man is Martin Luther King Jr. Everybody know about this reformer. He was an activist. Do you guys know that Martin Luther King was actually a pastor? He was a pastor. He was a Baptist pastor. Believe it or not, he was a pastor. And it questioned me sometimes. What are the pastors actually doing in Africa today or all over the world today? We are supposed to be the light of the world. We are supposed to be the salt of, we need to sprinkle the salt to make something really taste good. But are we actually doing that? There is a pastor, Martin Luther King Jr. He saw, and he's a pastor, and he is a man of value. Who is it? I'm busy. People won't leave you. Like, you're actually doing something and somebody is actually bugging you. Like, you're knocking, somebody's not opening. Go away. But I don't. Anyway, sorry. Sorry about that. So Martin Luther King was a great man. Okay, he was a great man, and he was a pastor, as I was saying, and he took it upon himself because he saw how his race was being treated. He saw how his people were treated. And he said, hey, I'm pastor. I'm the salt of the earth. I am the light of the world. And I can't sit back in my pulpit and watch my people are being mistreated. So he took it upon himself. He didn't care about his life. If he was going to lose his life, he was going to die, or whatever was going to happen. He didn't really care. So he said, I am going to save my people. So guess what? He started it. Even though he was threatened, he started a movement of like the civil rights movement in America that everybody knows today. It brought a lot of freedom for a lot of Black people today in America or all over the world. Okay, he took it upon himself. He said that I'm going to do something because enough is enough. I'm going to do. So this is what we need to do. Okay, when you see something that is being done in your country, in your community, or whatever, and you're so pissed off about it, go and do something about it, like Martin Luther King did. Go and do something about it. So guess what? He started a movement. He started educating the people. He started doing something for the people. And at the end, it's history, right? So, and he started this movement. Even though he was a spiritual man, he goes to church. He was actually a pastor. Okay, he didn't say, well, I'm just gonna stay in the pulpit, I'm just gonna preach the Bible in the pulpit, I'm just gonna do my stuff in the pulpit. No, he took it outside. Okay, he took it outside the church. And he said, I'm going to bring freedom to my people because I need that my people to be free from this thing that the devil is doing to them or the society is doing to them. And guess what? He wake up Rosa Parks that we know today because Dr. King started that movement. Guess what? Rosa Parks was able to stand up and said, I'm not getting up from the sit. I am equal. This was meant for me too. Rosa Parks was able to stand against people. He started that movement. So Dr. King is an example of a man that has a value and a belief that is said, I believe in God. And when Jesus Christ was here on earth, he came for the poor and the needy. He came to set them free. He came to set the captive free. And I see that my people that have been deprived. They have been doing these bad things to my people. And I am a son of God. I'm going to do something about it while I'm here on earth. I'm not going to wait till I go to heaven and then God is going to question me, why didn't you do something? And you start making excuses. He said, no, I'm going to do something. So he took it upon himself because he knew that was actually his value. And that's probably why it was created, to set the people free. So he took it upon himself and he fought. Even though they threatened him, even though they burned his house, they did everything to him, he didn't care. He said, I will die for this. It's one thing. I will not stay alive and I see my people being treated like this. I'm going to bring answer to it. Even if I die in the process of doing it, at least I did something. When I go back to God and God asks me, God will know that I actually tried to do something about it, and I got killed in the process. So he did that, right? And he won, even though he died in the process. But guess what? He liberated a lot of peoples today. And the reason why he's being celebrated today is because he sacrificed his life so that a lot of people will be set free. That is what we are supposed to be doing today on earth. But you think that we do that? No, nobody wants to sacrifice the life for freedom of other people. It's like you value your life so much, and you are other people alive are being and destroyed. That is not who we are created to be. There is Martin Luther King. He knew his worth. He knew why he was existing here on earth, and he go for it. And today we are celebrating every year. And guess what? In the process of him doing that, he won 5 awards because he didn't decided he was just going to sit in the pulpit and just preach the word of God when the people out there actually need it. The people in the pulpit are supposed to be already being set free. So the people that need the help, they're actually outside. So we need to go and stop making ourselves comfortable in our pulpit, because our comfort zone is never going to make people notice us or people know us. That's not going to make you become a billionaire. That is not going to get you nowhere when you're always on your comfort zone. Like, people know Steve Jobs today, people know Bill Gates today, people know, the people that like history know about them because they decided to do something about humanity, not only themselves. And Martin Luther King said this. He said, I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out true meaning of its creed. We are holding those thoughts to the self. We are holding those thoughts today. Like a lot of people, and a lot of things that he said are actually coming to pass today in our life. because Martin Luther King did that, right? We celebrate him every year. So King was aware of his true belief and the purpose why God created him. He had a system of value and belief. And nothing was gonna stop him from that. No, but nothing was gonna stand in his way. That is how all of us are supposed to be. When you believe in something, don't let anybody stand in your way. Anybody standing in your way, you bulldoze them. They get them out of the way. Say no. I must get to my destiny. I must get to my destination, and nobody will stand in my way to do that. So, his life, Martin Luther King, his life is an example how much has been changed by a single person. It didn't take a majority people. It only took one person. So God is only asking for one person to say, yes, I am ready to do whatever I want to do, God. You can do anything through me. Even if in the process I lose my life, as long as I brought liberation to generation to come, generation and generation to come, I'm ready to sacrifice my life. And also the Bible also tell you that. Is there anybody that is willing to lose his life? I've already gained it. But anybody that is scared to lose his life, you have already lose it. You have already lose your life. So die for something that generation and generation to come will benefit from it. Don't go give your life foolishly for something that nobody will even remember you years to come. But give your life for something that will save generation to come, that will save people yet unborn and the people in life right now. So that is what Martin Luther King did. And he is being recognized for that today. Okay, he's being recognized for that today. And he didn't care of losing his life. So what I'm saying, living according to what you picture, what your positive value is about. Your positive value and your belief is considered to be the holy way to actualize yourself, your value, your belief. That is it. Because a lot of people are lacking that today in the world. A lot of people. We need to fulfill our destiny. You need to fulfill it. And you need to be full of energy while you are doing that. You can't be dead and do that. We will have to suffer. We need to know that when you take up a decision and said you are actually going to do something, you need to realize that there are a lot of forces that are going to come against you. But as long as you are focused and said, hey, I must do this because I'm not doing it for myself, but I am doing it for generations to come. I am doing it to liberate other people. I'm doing it for the betterment of other people. I am not doing it for myself. If you are ever doing something and you're doing it for yourself, guess what? You have already got your reward here on earth. But if you are doing something and you're doing it for generation to come, guess what? Your reward will come. Because you're not putting yourself at the center of everything that you're doing. Because a lot of politicians today, like in Africa, like all of Africa, like let me say majority of Africa, not all, because Ethiopia prime minister, he's doing an awesome job. Actually, he's trying to create peace everywhere it goes. So there are few presidents that will actually go into politics to do something good, but there are a majority of other presidents or politicians that do go to politics for their own gain, and that's what makes it wrong. If you're going there because of your own gain, that absolutely make it wrong. That is not a good belief. Because who's going to benefit from it? But if you're there for the people and you listen to the people, you value life more than money, we will go a long way. Okay? So you can actually ruin your inner peace when you choose not to align your positive values. Your inner peace. You see some people today, they are not peaceful at all. Like other people are peaceful and they are just restless because some people decided to be peace. Because their value is out of whack. You need to have an inner peace. You need to take a like a conscious decision. If you don't do that, guess what? You're gonna be frustrated. When you see other people are successing, you're gonna be frustrated. You're gonna feel inner emptiness. So don't be like that. You need to do something. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this because actually I do have an appointment to go to. So um, I still have a lot to say, but I will finish. I will stop here. This is a good place to stop, actually. I'll stop here. If you want to hear more of this and you want me to help you more, thinking because it, even the Bible said we need to renew our mind because if you're doing the same thing over and over and over and there is no change at all, that's craziness. That they call insanity. You need to renew your mind. If something is not working for you, you need to go back to the drawing board. Okay, what did I do wrong? Okay, let me cross check. Oh, this didn't work. Okay, throw that away. Oh, this worked. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. You need to basically re-evaluating yourself daily, daily, and you need to build up that your value system. Value system is very important. If you missed the video from the beginning, I encourage that you go and watch it back. And also, I've been actually doing this series book review. You probably will be very lost if you come and this is your first time watching me. You're going to be very lost. You might have no idea what I'm talking about. So you need to go catch yourself up. Go to my YouTube page and you'll be able to, I will post my YouTube page right now, and then I'm gonna end this broadcast before I'm late for my appointment. So go and catch yourself up in my YouTube page. And also, I just want to announce I started a new movement, a book page movement for my beloved country, Sierra Leone. Because there are a lot of hate that is being spread in that country, and we need to stop it now. We need to bring love. We need to bring the love forward because love is the only thing that is going to cure that country. If we keep on spreading that hate, all the things that will struggle, it's just like going a snowball effect. We don't want that snowball effect because it's going to destroy generation and generation to come. So if we don't attack it now, if we don't do something right now about it, guess what? It's not going to be pretty. So I have taken my own responsibility that I created a page that I will stop it. I will do everything to stop that spreading of hate, and we're going to start spreading love. So that's all I have for you guys today. You guys have a fantastic day, wonderful day, and I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to be late because I have an exam in the morning, but I will be doing my broadcast probably later. So watch out for the video later in the afternoon after my exam. I'm going to be very, very late. So you guys have a wonderful day and God bless you and bye.